What's going on, everybody? First and 10 here, coming at you with the Top 10 Tuesday on Tuesday. Welcome in, everybody. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, do what you got to do. All right, guys, let's get right into it. Top 10 Tuesday, starting off with a list of top 10 teams going into week 15 now. We're going to do this, and we're going to go over picks record, which I made in my last video. Starting off at number 10, we got the Rams coming in at 7-6. The Rams sneak into the top 10 this week after that stellar win against the Buffalo Bills. Caught me off guard. I had the Bills winning. What a great game by the Rams, coming in, setting the tone, controlling the football. Matt Stafford had a clean pocket the most of the game, and when he does, he throws a beautiful ball. They were fantastic against the Bills, and Matt Stafford is a menace. And without Matt Stafford, that team is trash. That defense, they have like 8 good pieces that they just drafted. That Verse, a couple other people with Puka Nacua, Cooper Kupp. You name it, the Rams have the great pieces. They just don't have draft capital. And with Sean McVay, he's a great head coach. I think they're one team that are feisty, and they could potentially play for a playoff spot, especially if they win out. So I'm looking forward to the Rams going forward. Number 9, sneaking in, the Denver Broncos coming in at 8-5 on the year. Bo Nix looks confident, and they have Sean Payton. Enough said right there. He's a great developer. He won a Super Bowl with Drew Brees after every doctor in the NFL wrote him off. He revamped New Orleans. He brought New Orleans back to life. So, and he's doing the same in Denver. So, say what you want about Sean Payton, and whether you like him or you don't, he's a great quarterback-friendly coach. And Cortland Sutton's a dog. Their corners are amazing. Great defense now. Their offensive line is protecting Bo Nix. So, Broncos at 9. Ravens coming in at 8-5 at spot number 8. They have 5 losses by combined 22 points, which means that they're not getting blown out. They're losing in one-score games, in under one-score games, usually by 1-2 points. And they're first in offense and second in rushing. And the back end will kill that team. If they make it to the playoffs, the back end will sell that team. So it's very unfortunate with Lamar Jackson and what they're doing on offense right now, and they're not going to get far with that defense. So it's tough to say, especially if you're a Ravens fan. And I myself, I like the Ravens, but it's tough because you got Pittsburgh leading the division now, and this was your one opportunity to step it up, and you're already paying Lamar, you're paying all your guys, and your defense is trash. So I don't know what you're going to do in the playoffs. If you do make it, I'm not sure, but I know that you're not going to go far with that defense. Next up, number 7, we got the Packers coming in at 9-4 on the year. What I like about this team is they're still young. They remind me of Detroit last year. Still got a lot to work on, but what most importantly now is they're taking a lot of pressure off of Jordan Love. They're making it a power run team, and with Josh Jacobs, they're great. And Jordan Love on the year has 22 touchdowns to 11 interceptions. He's comfortable. He's kind of like a let it rip it kind of guy, like a Brett Favre. But I get that could sell you in the end. But he's playing good, and the reckless stuff I've seen has come down. Fresh off a bye, I look for them to win a couple games straight out. Next up at number 6, we got the Vikings coming in 11-2 on the year. I've been waiting for them to fail, and they haven't. I don't know if I was wrong on Sam Darnold. If I am wrong on Sam Darnold, I'd be glad to admit it. But I don't know. They're 7-1 in one-score games, which is fantastic. Their last 4 games, Sam Darnold has 11 touchdowns and no picks. So that makes me believe that he's comfortable. You got a great coach. You got an okay defense. You got Justin Jefferson, one of the best receivers in the league. You got Jordan Addison, one of the best receivers in the league. You got T.J. Hawkinson, one of the best tight ends in the league. And you got one of the best offensive lines in the league. And you got Aaron Jones. So, with that being said, can Sam Darnold go to the 49ers right now and do this? Probably not. Is Sam Darnold remind me of Brock Purdy and 49ers 2 years ago? Yeah, probably. So with that being said, Vikings at 6. Number 5, we got the Pittsburgh Steelers coming in at 10-3 on the year. The next 4 games tells the truth. They go to Philly, they go to Baltimore, and they host the Chiefs. So I feel good about the Steelers hosting the Chiefs in Pittsburgh. I don't feel good about them going to Philly. I don't like that matchup. Now, do I think that the Pittsburgh Steelers are for real? Yes, I do. Russell Wilson brings back more chemistry with George Pickens than Justin Fields had, and Kenny Pickett. They are 4-0 against winning teams, which is crucial. Mike Tomlin is a great underdog coach. Mike Tomlin is a great all-around coach. So I really hope for this team to go far this year, and we'll see. Next up, we got the Buffalo Bills at spot number 4. They come in at 10-3 on the year. Their goal line situation last week worries the shit out of me going forward. You cannot do that. You have 3 timeouts, 1 possession game, under a minute, and you run the ball. But if you get stopped, you have to burn a timeout. That happened, which forced them to go for an onside kick, which the other team was aware of, and they held no high ground in it. So if they would have threw it 3 times and took the field goal, they still would have had a better chance. They could have kicked it off and stopped the run 3 times and got the ball back with like 45 seconds. Instead, they almost got the ball back with 1 second, and they didn't. So they beat themselves. They had a block punt. I don't like how the Bills played last week. Very underwhelming. Very disappointing for the Bills last week. Number 3 coming into Kansas City Chiefs at 12-1 on the year. Listen, Kansas City, I can't stand the team, but they're first on 3rd down conversions. Okay, that is crucial for a Super Bowl winning caliber team. They are 10-0 in games decided by 7 or less points, which is crazy. They're the first team in NFL history to have 3 kickers hit a game-winning field goal to have clock run off. I mean, it's insane. They're when you got Andy Reid, you got Spags, you got the great corners that they do. D-Hop, Isaiah Pacheco's back. You got Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Rashee Rice. I mean, they got weapons. They're just most of them were injured, which made them have the 1-score games. Next up, we got number 2. We got Philadelphia Eagles coming in at 11-2. AJ Brown and Jalen Hurts drama. I don't know what any of that is about. Last I heard, since they got AJ Brown, they were unstoppable, and now all of a sudden that they don't get along. I don't understand that. They do have the number 1 defense since the bye week, which is crazy. So you're heating up at the right time. The coaching staff made changes to where Nick Sirianni doesn't make calls, so the offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator control both sides of the ball, their own side of the ball. So that freed up a lot of controversy inside the building, I think, and it lets the coordinators do their fucking job. So I do like that. And number 1, Detroit Lions, best team in the league. They lost to Aiden Hutchinson, didn't hurt them at all. Since week 9 of 2022, they're 34-9. Do you remember when the Lions were like 1-11? Yeah, they're 34-9 since week 9 of 2022. Jared Goff does whatever he wants in every single game. I thought them playing the Packers, I had the Packers winning by 3 because I looked at the Lions schedule and they didn't really play anybody that drastically good. And they proved to me that they can beat a playoff caliber team under Dan Campbell. So they answered all my questions. I think the Lions are the best team in the league since week 6. So last week we did 7-6 in picks, which I think now I am 28-19. I think I'll have to double check on my last video, but I think I'm 28-19 all in the last 3 weeks. We're positive. We need to do better. I need to quit thinking with my head and their heart and think with my head. So that's top 10 and weekly recap on picks. Come back on Thursday for picks for week 15.